To assist you in learning important but often difficult to understand real estate terms, the following definitions and examples are presented. In case you'd watch a lot of NCIS, Criminal Minds, or Law & Order, most of these will not be very familiar to you. We're going to start with breach of trust, which is defined as any violation or omission of a legal or moral duty. It is basically the breaking of a promise or obligation either by an act of commission, omission, default, or non-performance. Now, a sales associate, let's say they signed a contract for the sale in the names of the buyers, but without their permission or knowledge. The sales associate indicated that the buyers were busy, so the sales associate signed the contract to help save time. Discipline for committing fraud, misrepresentation, concealment, false promises, false pretenses, dishonest dealing by trick, scheme, or devise, culpable negligence, or, the word we're looking for, breach of trust in any business transaction. So this sales associate was fined $1,000 plus investigative costs of $600 on top of that, with a 60-day license suspension, and had to go attend a 45-hour post-license course, and what he really needed, a 3-hour ethics course. Now, what's important for you guys to know is that any education ordered for getting in trouble is in addition to any of your normal course requirements. So if he had already taken his 45, he's got to do it a second time now. And if he doesn't do it the first time, he's not going to have to take it twice. Co-Mingle. To commingle funds is to mix the money or the personal property of a buyer or a seller with the broker's own money or property, or to combine escrow money with personal or business funds. This one is also sometimes called intermingle. They mean the same thing. Concealment is the withholding of information or a material fact. You concealed something. Now, in a fiduciary relationship, which will be single agent relationship with us, for example, the broker has the duty to speak and let your principal know something, unless they already do. Conversion. Brokers may not use earnest money funds for their personal use. Culpable negligence is negligent conduct that, while it might not have been intentional, still involved a disregard of the consequences. Now, brokers can be charged with this if they do not give ordinary careful attention to their brokerage or exercise reasonable control over their agent children. Think of it as throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It was an accident, but really you should have been paying more attention. Failure to account for and deliver, probably the easiest to decipher on its own. This is the act of failing to pay money to someone that was entitled to receive it. Now, a broker who fails to pay an earnest money deposit at the title closing could be charged with failure to account for and deliver. Fraud. Intentional deceit for the purpose of inducing another person to rely on the deceitful information, causing that person to part with some valuable thing or to surrender a legal right. A broker may be charged with fraud when a seller or broker does not disclose known defects, or they remain silent under such circumstances when the buyer could not have verified that defect for themselves. A material fact is information that's relevant to somebody making a decision, and it affects the value of the property. It includes information about the condition of the property, such as known defects or code violations. So if someone sells you a building that has a broken elevator, but they don't tell you the elevator's broken, that is a material fact. Misrepresentation. This is an orange, correct? It is an untrue statement of fact and incorrect or false misrepresentation of facts. A licensee could be charged with misrepresentation for failing to indicate in a newspaper ad that they were a licensee the whole time. Moral turpitude involves conduct that's contrary, which means the opposite of, honesty, good morals, justice, or accepted custom. Felonies such as embezzlement, larceny, robbery, heck, writing bad checks are generally considered moral turpitude, just doing something you know was wrong.